Assalamualaikum Dr. K. We are from Group C and my name is AZEAN and the other member is HANNI NAJLA, JESSLYNDA, RAIDANIA, INTAN MAYSHURA and NURUL Afiqah. This is our presentation for the topic of Smartstart Second Honeymoon Program under the topic of divorce. Firstly, I will talk about the introduction about the divorce. The word divorce was referring to the separation of a married couple that happened because of a few factors. Divorce is the process when male and female disunited from each other, which later on affect the children and divorced women in the long run, where the various factors that we can see why people get divorced, such as emotional divorce, which is in a relationship where the positive feeling of love and affection are displaced by increasing feeling of anger, frustration, hurt, resentment, dislike or hatred, and the perception that the positive feeling are gone forever.
Firstly, the cause of the problem is due to the economy or financial problems. The problems of the economy downturn that flood the world result in layoff, unemployment, inflation, and so on. This can be proven when the outbreak of the coronavirus disease hits the country. This also, to some extent, will affect the stability of the household for a number of couples due to the financial situation of the family, unstable or emotional stress due to the retrenchment and difficulty defining another job. In addition, this may become worse when the husband, as the head of the family, is fine, resulting in no money to buy food, baby milk, diapers, and so on. In the beginning, this situation can be controlled because some of the couple are saving to use in emergency, but it is necessary for daily expenses nowadays, as well as saving used to pay off debt to water for the companies, motorcycle loans, furniture store, and others. As a result, it has disturbed the attitude of the couple who were previously a lover than otherwise due to the scarcity of money. Thus, this matter causes conflict in the household when the husband and wife quarrel, and at the same time there is a misunderstanding and eventually choose to divorce. Secondly, one of the causes of the problem is polygamy. Polygamous marriages are among the causes that contribute to the marital instability that can eventually lead to divorce. This is because it also gives stress, depression, and insecurity, especially to the woman. In addition, polygamy will change the existing family structure as husband have to divide time between wives, and the wife believes her husband treat her unfriendly, offer neglect her physical and spiritual sustenance. In fact, it is necessary in division of the related matter covering the aspect of the finance, love, and concern in a fair and equitable manner. This will only get worse in the situation of the household when the life of the polygamy is not proof of unknown to the first wife. Moreover, the husband is unable to give due justice, and this causes the wife to be dissatisfied with the situation. Therefore, a divorce claim will be sought by the wife and will destroy the household that has been built over the year. It is also clear that the divorce rate among Muslim couples is consistently higher than that of non-Muslim couples. This has been a hot topic in Malaysia, where Muslim couples account for 80% of all divorce proceedings. Although Islam allows polygamy, it is the action of this irresponsible individual that causes it to be hit by the woman. Lastly, family intervention is the cause of the problem. When married, of course, the decision must be made by the husband and wife. This is very unfortunate when the in-law make all choices. Many say the mother-in-law always intervenes. Anything the son-in-law does will be objected, especially when the son-in-law live in their partner's family house. Family intervention can be divided into two, namely intervention hands for the good of the household or vice versa. This family intervention can involve any family member from the family side of the wife or husband. Nevertheless, aspirants immediately family who are usually able to influence the homes they are in-laws. Sometimes the in-laws interferes in the household affairs of their child in a negative way, such as inciting in certain things. This is an external influence that also plays an internal role within household signage, which can cause the onset of the crisis. So, advice alone is better. However, the controlling the child's marriage is an inappropriate measure, as a child's action may result in the parents being prosecuted under Sharia criminal offense. Apart from that, it also stems from the attitude of the children themselves, who are too dependent on their parents that have been married. In fact, when married, all things need to be discussed and determined among each other, husband and wife.
Even before the pandemic, the rising cost of living and higher financial commitments in raising a family are among the factors of a higher divorce rate in Malaysia in recent years. As mentioned before, financial problems have become one of the contributors to divorce in Malaysia. When this happens, the divorcees are unable to overcome their financial obligation, which will cause them to fall into mental health problems such as depression. And if they are unable to cope with their pain, this may lead them to harm themselves or their family members. According to Segambut Members of Parliament YB Hanayo stated that most mothers are left without any income after the divorce, which they will most likely get stressed easily, in which also lead to another problem such as child abuse. According to the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, reported recently that about 2,040 child abuse were recorded in the first 4 months of 2021. Therefore, in an effort to further reduce the divorce rate in Malaysia, EMRI Research has the few policy recommendations for the current administration. The following policy recommendations are: firstly, close work with therapists and non-governmental organizations which promote and encourage the strengthening of the family structure and familial connections to better understand the issue that come from married couples who are at the crossroad and on the verge of divorce. Secondly, is creating an awareness campaign about the importance of marriage as well as the physical, social, psychological, and economic consequences of divorce. Third, encouraging all families to reserve regular time each year for family bonding. And lastly, encourage companies to foster an empathic culture in which employees with family responsibilities do not feel obligated to keep their difficulties private. Other than that, helping providing marriage and family counseling has been released following the government's revelation that Malaysia sees an average of 5 divorce applications filed each hour. In order to assist couples dealing with marital conflicts, the Women, Family and Community Development Ministry by the National Population and Family Development Board LPPKN recently released the toll-free family care helpline. This helpline is a decent option in contrast to web-based media, for example Twitter and Facebook, which clients have been utilizing as a medium to communicate with their sentiment. This helpline also enables them to share their problems with professionals, which will guide them in their next course. It also enables sharing sessions to be held and handled by experienced LPPKN counselor. Furthermore, according to licensed counselor Jamaida Jamaluddin, stated that counseling could be one of the most effective ways to help couples that are facing marital conflicts. Lastly, the issue of polygamy is being hotly debated in mainly Muslim Malaysia after the government proposed legislation that would make it easier to enter into multiple marriage. Fifth in Islam concern what specific issue that the government is attempting to address with the ideal polygamist initiative. If the goal is to ensure that husbands are responsible, they should not conceal their polygamous marriage from their wives and are fair to their wives, and the most practical solution will be to enforce the existing polygamy laws. Problems with irresponsible husband can be addressed most effectively by enforcing existing polygamy laws and tightening procedural mechanism in Sharia court to lessen the probability of injustice. Section 23 of the Kelantan Islamic Family Law in Kelantan outlines 4 conditions that a husband must meet in order to obtain approval from the Sharia court to engage in polygamy. The government wishes polygamous husbands to be fair. The Sharia court should show how important it is through effective application of the law.
Next is program background. To solve the problem of divorce, the state government of Malaysia and the Family and Community Development Council have teamed up to unveil a new program aimed at establishing and even lowering Malaysia's high divorce rate. Our government has made a program that can help married couples to gain their trust or love for each other and also to make their relationship stronger. That program also will teach married couples on how they can teach and watch their children. The program that we talk about is Smartstart Second Honeymoon, developed to provide newly married couples less than 5 years and those who are planning to get married with knowledge and skill on the various aspects of marriage and parenting so as to support them psychologically and prepare them for a harmonious marriage life. This program has been established since 2006. Since then, various programs have been specially designed for newly couples as in December 2011. A total of 415 programs have been running with participation of 30,385 couples with the cooperation with Jabatan Pendaftaran Negara, NGOs and Badan Agama. The objective of this program is to provide knowledge and skills in preparation for marriage, to prepare the married couple mentally and to build positive attitude. And the last one is to provide a safe platform for couples to understand and discover themselves and their partner. This program also have their target group, which is for newly married couples that married less than 5 years and couples who are planning to get married, except for all race or multiracial, which Malay, Indians, Chinese and other race, and a maximum of 25 couples are required in one course in order to enable couples to interact efficiently and benefit from the course.
Assalamualaikum, I'm INTAN MAYSHURA binti IBRAHIM. So I will proceed with a SWOT analysis where it refers to the assessment and evaluation of various strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats that influence the Smartstart Second Honeymoon Program. So this helps to formulate the corresponding strategies, plans and countermeasures which are based on the results of the assessment. So I start with the strength analysis, which is for the first point is it's supported by the government. This program had received a financial support from the government through the National Population and Family Development Board on the grant to run the program. So they also provide 8,000 to 9,000 ringgit for the program and encourage the NGO and also the private organization participations. This is because the collaboration with other agencies or NGOs could help to achieve the goals and objectives of the program. Next point is it provides knowledge and skills, where this program is targeted for married couples who have been married for more than 5 years. So among the activities carried out in this program are couple orientation workshop, candlelight dinners, and also the financial resources management workshops. So from those activities, the participants will get more knowledge and skills required in married life, and it is also one of the factors that attract people to join the program. Second is a weaknesses analysis. So one of the weakness of this program is lack of attention and coverage from media, where the people are not aware of the program existence. So since the program was implemented in 2010, there are only 150 entries were recorded, proving that the program is still lacking in response. So the government should be should be announced on a larger scale so that this initiative can be utilized by a large part of the community, as well as be able to be a platform as a savior to serious divorce problems. Next is a limited fund, where the amount given by the government is not enough for this program because the activities of the program are actually more than expected. So third is opportunities analysis, which the Smartstart Second Honeymoon Program is seen as one of the effort to strengthen marriage and help to reduce the increase in divorce cases in Malaysia. So this is because based on the study by the National Population and Family Development Board, 1/3 of the couples who divorce occurs within the first 5 years of marriage, while this initiative is proven to save many couples who want to divorce. And this program also can stimulate socio-economic development in terms of reducing financial assistance from the government. This is because when the cases of divorce can be avoided, indirectly the rules of the economic well-being of the family will be borne jointly between the husband and wife, without relying on the financial assistance from the government. In addition, this program also promotes a spirit of unity among the participants, where the program involves a multiracial target group to join in this program. Last but not least is threats analysis. So even though there are funds provided by the government, the cost and expenses on running the program is eventually more than what the government provided. So the NGO and any agency that implement the program and also the participants have to use their own money to run the activities in the program and not fully depends on the government funds. So next threats is MCO, where the impact of the COVID-19 pandemics and restriction of the movement affect the continuity of the program, where the participants are not allowed to physically gather to join the program. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Next is the strategic choice. Strategic choice is a plan for achieving the organization objective over a period of time. Strategic options are the goal-oriented options available to an organization in the face of an unpredictable external environment. The management has not only the option but also the obligation to select the best feasible option. It should be carried out in light of the organization needs, resource, vision, and other such factors. The identification of these possibilities requires a detailed examination of the organization's internal and external strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If the company has a portfolio of several operations or goods, this becomes more complicated. Similarly, if it works in multiple geographies, it becomes more difficult to decide and implement, because client interests and preferences may differ significantly. The management must then conduct a thorough assessment of each of the choice. Each will have its own set of benefits and drawbacks. There are a few techniques that are useful for making strategic choice that a company or organization can choose, which is using an hands-off metric, using the innovation metric, portal generic strategy, using a BCG analysis, SWOT analysis, Pareto analysis, and Canvas strategy. It is Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis helps in the analysis of many options or alternatives accessible to a company. It helps in determining the benefit that a company can expect from each of the options, as well as the appropriate course of action for implementing that choice. The key goal is to get as much benefit as possible out of that decision. The analysis is dependent on management brainstorming and generating fresh ideas. It also results in the active participation of everyone involved in the process of determining the organization's strategic visions. Next is SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis also offers a business with important strategy option. It helps in the fight against competition and helps in project planning. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats, with S denoting strengths, W denoting weaknesses, O denoting for opportunities, and T denoting for threats. An organization can utilize the analysis to make the decision and determine whether a particular choice will help it achieve its goals and objectives. Why blue ocean approach or canvas strategy can be used to compare an existing market strategic profile to that a new entrant or a company. The technique helps in the creation of a blue ocean market. It means it concentrates on constantly uncovering emerging markets with little competition and high development potential. Furthermore, the canvas severely prohibits entering red oceans or markets that already have a lot of competition and are saturated. So, in this study, we have chosen SWOT analysis.
Next, I am going to talk about the challenges that marriage strengthening programs such as Smartstart, Second Honeymoon faces in order to work effectively for the couples. The first challenge is financial issues. Shelby B. Scott has stated that financial issues were one of the biggest factors that contributed to divorce. This is further supported by the National Institute of Health, which shows that couples with low incomes are at a high risk of relationship distress. They also would less likely to take part or even consider going to a healthy marriage program or even marriage counseling due to the high cost of it. Therefore, financial issues is one of the biggest challenges that is faced by marriage programs such as Smartstart Second Honeymoon to implement their program effectively due to the reason that some couples face, such as having financial issues. The next challenge is that couples feel anxious of such programs. According to Dr. Lisa Marie Bobby, couples often refuse to attend marriage strengthening programs because they often feel afraid or anxious of such programs. The main reason is, whether it is among men or women, that many people have preconceived notions about marriage therapy or marriage strengthening programs such as Smart Start Second Honeymoon that prevent them from actually taking the chance to jump in the program to try it. Moreover, some couples find it uncomfortable or they just don't like to talk about their marriage problems, which is something most people think it's too private to share, which stop them from taking the initiative to work on their marriage due to the feeling of anxiety that others might judge them based on what they are going through. For programs like Smart Start Second Honeymoon, where there will be a lot of people participating, this will induce the feeling of anxiety in the couples because they are afraid of what others might think of them because they joined the program. Last but not least, poor communication between the couples. Poor communication or negative communication that reflects destructive attitudes and dynamics within the marriage is perhaps the most important indicator of marriage issues. When they do not practice a good communication between them, there will be no room for them to compromise anything. The spouse is effectively invalidating their partner's interests, needs, and feelings if they cannot meet in the middle of some matters in their marriage. And therefore, when their spouse wishes for them to participate in a marriage strengthening program, such as the Smart Start Second Honeymoon, in order to improve their relationship as a married couple, and then the other partner completely and immediately dismisses their wish, this could affect their marriage, and it becomes a challenge for marriage strengthening program to be effective when there is a lack of good communication between the couple.
Greetings to all, my name is Afiqah, and now I will explain to you guys on our recommendations on regards of the Smart Starts program. So we believe that the professionals and expertise involvement in the program will boost the performance of the program, because we also believe that the divorce do happen for various reasons. It could include serious clinical problems such as individual psychological problems such as depressions, anxieties, and it might come also from the root of the family problem. So the organizer of the program should take another step to include the therapy sessions, such as we have marriage and family therapists, MFT. They are highly trained in psychological and making them a professional mental health about this marriage and family therapists. So as we look into the module, most of the content we're focusing on the open talk or seminar, organizing the possible issues such as building sexual intimacy or learning on how to managing the family, in which we could see that it is such ineffective as divorce might come in various reasons in different perspective for each couple. Hence, we do believe that by having professional team in the organizations might help showing positive results as giving a long-term impact to the customer. Next recommendation is building a relationship with related NGOs in Malaysia. So the organizer need to build a good cooperation with various other NGOs such as the Federation Planning Associations or Mental Illness Awareness and Support Association, MIASA. It is because it will increase the capital and funds in the program, and at the same time it is to ensure a great collaboration impact for the program, as it will help to promote the Smartstart program better, as the other big NGOs will attract more people to join the program. Not only that, the collaborations could help to attract sponsors, as the NGO will help in rebranding the program's image. So there are grants, assistance given from the government with a total 8,000 per program. But I believe that the organizer itself should work on generating more fund, because it is better that they have the program have their strong financial statement, as Smartstart's program is unprofitable program and there is no generated funds coming in or out the organization. Next, customer feedback need to be taken into account. We believe that higher customer satisfaction will determine the effectiveness of the program implementation as a whole. As customer, they value their voices and feedback being heard by the organizers. So the testimony written in their website need to be updated, as the testimonies is still in the year from the year 2008 program. Seeing their feedback on the website will show the engagement is good, and the feedback could help to show people on the effectiveness of joining this program, as it will could attract more people to join the program. Lastly, the organizer need to ensure the data will gather from a related ministry in each state from time to time, as the Smartstart program has been organized in each states such as Negeri Sembilan and Sabah and many more. The data should be fetched and analyzed to ensure the accuracy. This recommendation will help to prepare the accurate data from the married couple for the counseling sessions. So it will be a great help to have an access to data from the related ministry, that could be a case in which it was not reported and has not gotten attention from the responsible agency, as they might be embarrassed to seek for help regarding their marriage crisis. And thus, the module, we believe that need to be annually reviewed to ensure the goal is achieved, and also by revising, it will create other new initiative and fresh ideas on how to help the couple. The program could see the improvement of the couple that have been joined the program if there is a follow-up and follow-up from the couple and reliable data.
In conclusion, we know that our government and the Family and Community Council has made a program, Smartstart Second Honeymoon, that can help married couples to gain their trust or their love for each other, and also to make their relationship more stronger. One of the 3 objectives that was stated in this program is to provide knowledge and skills in preparation for the marriage. Although there is not much news about this program, but it is actually still running and has good reputation or support from the community. Based on the report, in 2012, This program has successfully held about 166 marriages out of 334 participants.